Police department responded to a SWAT situation in Northwest Austin. One person is dead after being shot by police. Now, police are currently at the Summer Grove Apartments on McNeil and San Felipe Boulevard. That's in Northwest Austin. That is off North Highway 183. You're looking at the map right there. KVUE's Eric Pointer is live on the scene with details. Eric, you have been there since 3 o'clock this morning. What are police saying about what happened, and is it over at this point? Keep us posted.
Yvonne, we got an update from police not 10 minutes ago, and right now there are still a few officers on scene, but maybe 20 minutes ago we saw the SWAT team leaving. So it's been a very active night so far, and this is what the police chief gave us, the update that she gave us. She said that at around 11:34 and 11:42 last night they were getting 911 calls for loud music, loud noise coming from this apartment. So then about 20 minutes later, about 12:15, they got another call about a man walking around with a gun. He was described as a white male in black clothing with a black AR rifle. And then they got another call that the man had fired shots and he was holding some men at gunpoint. As officers responded, other people were calling saying that they heard more gunshots, they heard arguing, they heard people leaving. Officers got here just before 12:30 and they came across those individuals. That's when they say that the suspect walked out with a gun. They told him to show him their hands. They told him to put the gun down. They said this in both English and in Spanish, and then they say that he didn't comply and he raised a gun towards them. That's when two officers fired shots at the man. They did try life-saving measures. They tried CPR until EMS teams got here. The man was taken to a local hospital, but he was pronounced dead at 1:30. Now, they didn't know if anyone else was in the man's apartment, so they had to call in the SWAT team. They made the decision immediately, but they had to get a search warrant before going in. They didn't find anything. They said there was no threat, but they did capture this all on body camera footage, and they say that there are multiple investigations going on, 2 investigations going on into this, and they will be releasing that body cam footage in about 10 business days. And we also talked to neighbors who lived in that apartment complex. They didn't want to go on camera, they didn't want to give us an interview, but they kind of described what it was like, and they said that as the police came and got them out of their apartment, Yvonne, and they said as they were leaving they saw blood on the staircase.
Obviously a very, very eventful morning for those neighbors. Anything else that you had seen or where, neighbors were kind of saying, this is what we heard? Has this been happening before there, or was this just like a one-time thing? What are they telling you?
The neighbors that I spoke with said that they often will have situations where there are people in the parking lot with loud music coming from their cars, and they said their neighbor, the one who was shot and killed by police, they said that he had disagreements with them. He had arguments with them, and this wasn't the first time. They say that he had brought a gun out, but they do say this was the first time that he fired shots and that it escalated to this level.
All right, Eric, stay out there. Let us know what else transpires. Thank you so much.